Good morning, everybody. How are you? This is Monday morning. I don't know where we are posting of the videos, and I've had a no-show this morning, and most of these questions are at home. I'm going to please ask you that if I have not answered your questions, I would not like you to please repost them because I have such a thick amount of and now they're getting some I've answered, some I've already, so I think it'll be better. And I apologize deeply that we start with you asking your questions again if I have not covered them. The other thing I'm going to start doing is, and I might start today, this morning, got a lot going on, but I'd like to do videos on each area of conditions, like the cancers. So everybody's on board with cancers. And that's the one I might shoot after a bit. And then we've got I can lump all the fibromyalgia. Now you can't lump all the autoimmune diseases because, first of all, that's an illusion. That's a cop out. That's just one of those areas where I don't know what causes it, but it's your immune system. They always put this back on you as that something went haywire. And that sort of thing. So, but I will lump them in like arthritises, lupuses, fibromyalgia, stuff like that, and we'll try to lump them in different categories. That way it's easier to access for people and they can go right to them. Some people might not like all these question and answers. I find them very good though because it really gives you as a potential practitioner or those that are practitioners an insight to cases, because the bottom line is most of your finding out is going to be about the case. You know, there's this silver cord, this thread that runs through the health, and that is that basically all the problems are basically the same. It's just location, location, location. Basically acid around and in tissue. That could be the bottom line to it, and what effect that has on the human body. So understanding acids and the corrosiveness of that, understanding the two sides of chemistry a little bit, understanding the two basic systems of the body, the kitchen and the sewer system of the body, I think is key and paramount for every practitioner on this planet. And I've said this before, many of you understand health more than a 10-year medical doctor. Matter of fact, there's very little understanding about health in a medical doctor, and I find, why would you be in a quote-unquote health field if you know nothing about health? So this is a big issue, and we need to cover that. Shannon was just telling me that there's a bill that just passed either the Senate or the House that the government's trying to make all the land in this country basically government-owned, or basically, I think what I was getting from her, jurisdiction, allowing the federal government to have jurisdiction over the land, so they could come basically and pluck you off of your home or out of your home and then imprison you for growing organic broccoli. Well, the interesting thing about this is that Congress has to realize that it can't pass laws that are all jurisdictional to states. States would then have to pass those laws, and the problem is you have rights of property and you have individual rights and stuff. So this is a mess. I think that any senator that would have proposed a bill like that should immediately go to jail. Immediately be arrested and going to jail for the violation of so many rights. Because these senators think they can just promote these bills, they can be tied to any corporation or whatever, and this is the problem we have in our system of law, is that some senator thinks he can just put up a bill, especially if he's paid on the side or something, promoting the violation of an individual right. I feel those senators should lose their privilege to be a senator. Anytime you promote a bill that's constitutional suppressive to the individual at this magnitude, then that would require some automatic karma. All right, now, I'm going to read through these. These are the ones I got this morning, your questions. So let me go through them because I didn't bring them today. I thought I had a client this morning and there was a no-show, so I'm going to run through these, and I apologize so much that I'm reading them and going through them. So please bear with me. And that's why I'm going to make these individual videos that'll get right to the point. These question and answers is just me talking to a bunch of my friends. Thank you so much. This is from Helena La La La. Let's see, dear Dr. Morse, with all my respect and thankfulness, could you please see the common points of agreement that you have with Brian and Cousins and gather with them and compare tests and come up to a common agreement for everybody? It took me ages before I found you, but before listening to you, I spent ages listening to Brian and Cousins, and I made mistakes. Why not becoming friends? You all three have very good intentions and are battling the same stuff. Why not working towards agreement? That's a really good question that you have there. I know in this field we all are individuals. There's no question. I did want some commonality in naturopathy, and I do have plans in the future to create a naturopathic school, one that is right spot on. True naturopathy needs to be represented again. You do not have a true naturopathist school in this country that I believe is. You're going to find more of that in Europe. But in America, you just have a typical naturopathic medicine, which, boy, I have to bite my tongue when I say naturopathic medicine, because that's just such an oxymoron there that it's amazing. But we need a true naturopathist school and that sort of thing. You know what? I found these truths to be self-evident. And I'm not willing to compromise what I believe just to be friends with someone else. I'm sorry, truth is truth, and that's the way truth is. I don't care if they do vegetables. I'm not against them. I particularly don't care that they use supplements. I think that at this time is ignorant. It shows that there's no progression in consciousness of all these years, that they're still playing with adding supplements. I've seen the supplements from the Hippocrates. I've got a lot of their clients coming in here, and the sad thing is I do get their clients coming in here. That's sad to me, and the same with Cousins. That's sad to me that I get their clients coming in here because they should take care of them, and they're not. So they have to come. They have to expand their thinking. They're trapped in their thinking, and these videos are good for them as they are from everyone else. I don't really care about other practitioners and what they do, to be honest with you, other than I'd like to see some understanding of these higher levels. You're at a level that's not, that door doesn't open for a lot of people. It's opening more and more and more, and you guys are helping to open this door. But this level of healing is not ready available for the Bryans and the Cousins yet. And when they're ready, the door's there. I don't compromise. You know, this is the same thing in spirituality. You know, there's all these different states of consciousness. So the question is, as you grow and you unfold and you start to become that which is, and you're talking to an individual, do you come down to that, not as an ego statement here, not as an isolation one from another. Don't get me wrong, it has nothing to do with that. But do you go down, do you compromise what you know and understand, and go down to these lower levels where people are stuck and work with them, or and communicate and work at that level, or do you bring them up to your level of understanding? This is the biggest thing you'll come up against when you're talking to others, knowing that, one, if you shake someone's foundation too much, you can actually disturb them emotionally for many lifetimes. You have to be careful about opening doors for people that they don't want to open. So I don't worry about it. I learned years ago that if the door's a little hard to open, step back and walk away, because as soon as you think you want to open that door, when you open it, 9 times out of 10, you'll regret opening it. And this is true for others. You can be the Johnny Appleseed and give them a little hints of spirituality and love and oneness and stuff, and put them in at the zen them at the right time. That works well. But to shake someone off their foundation, I don't do that. I learned not effective, and it doesn't do them any good, and it doesn't do me any good for the karma, and it was an ego thing in the first place if you're trying to do that. The bottom line is when a person's ready, when the Chila's ready, the master will appear. Remember that one? Well, that's what this is when you're ready, the door will open. That's all I can tell you. So when they're ready, the door will open. But boy, do I appreciate you asking that question, and I'm not being egotistical in that way about them. It's just that I have no desire to be at their level. I was at their level 40 years ago. I'm not at their level now. I don't particularly want to be. I don't have any. I love what we're doing. I love this level, and I suggest they come up to this level. Now they're at the highest level. Would you compromise truth just to be friends with somebody? Nope. Especially when it deals with people's health very seriously. And at this level, we still are struggling to save everybody. And it's not the right to save everybody. I'm sure that's not the intention of the Supreme Being. We have a pretty high rate of success in health. These health programs that we put together here, 99% of the people that follow them appropriately are going to find remedy to their problems from whatever condition they have. These health programs are how you get the physical body healthy in such a decay and decline genetically, and how toxic we are. We're entering and there's some people I just can't get no matter what I do, and it's just pulls my teeth out. But there's a few that just send me out to nowhere, and I know it's karma because there's nothing else. The bodies aren't responding, but this is what we're facing. So we're facing that period of time where the old consciousness of vegetables, which I still don't know where that even came from, we step up higher into the human consciousness and where we should be. So thanks for the question there, Helen, but these people need to come up to a higher level of thinking. This is another one, same lady, Helena. This is talking to a health seeker about horsetail, restores bones. Love horsetail, love comfrey. I have all those in my bones formula. Kelp you throw into a formula. That gives you a little of your iodine and your calcium. I mean, highest plant source of both. So kelp in particular, one of the better seaweeds in terms of iodine and calcium. So that's a turn. You can see how God made that. The iodine turns on the parathyroid, and then the calcium is utilized. So interesting how the Supreme Being ratios those things, isn't it? And to racialize all these other factors to keep it in balance so it doesn't hurt the person. I just find that when we call ourselves chemists, I have to laugh, because there's no way as chemists can we even hold a little inkling of what the master chemists put together here. I wouldn't want to be rude to the Supreme Being in any way to think that I even have some idea of the allness of this thing. It's just unreal. And then the nano levels, all these subordinate levels that all. I mean, this is no way. That's why the beauty of the now, because then you'll get to see things. And I suppose in man's glory, he needs to find out some of these doors that way. So definitely good, Helen, there. Good questions and good comment there, definitely on the horsetail and comfort. Miss Raw Flower, that is a incredible picture. A face that looks like the veins of a leaf. I find that this is pretty cool. Pretty cool. I am so blessed that I found. Oh, thank you. And Miss Raw Flower, I love your icon there. That's pretty cool. It speaks a lot about you. Could be a herniation or swelling from lymph, either one. And they still couldn't see it with an endoscopy because it just, I've been there. I've been there. So I don't know, but I'm sure it's going to take you 3 or 4 months. Can I eat vegetables also, or should I stick? Man, I'd stick to high. I'm just going by my experience. I'd stick to high fruit and get that and really detox your lymph system. It's tied to the bowels, so you really got to detoxify your GI tract. This is essential to get this esophageal thing going. You mentioned grape fat. Absolutely. Go 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 days. I don't care. Play with it. You want this lump out no matter what. Keep going. Keep going. Play water fasting. That's even better with lumps like this. Keep working with that. 3 or 4 days water fast. If you can take off for 10, take off for 10. But I would highly recommend you get that lump out of there. Right? Can I eat better? Okay, I am scared of doing water fasts as I am scared. Well, you know, big skinny. Now think about this, guys. This guy's skinny. And so that would suggest that he already has malabsorption going on. So this is taking me back to your lymph system again and back to your GI tract. You want to do a thorough work on yourself here. By the time you get this lump out here, you should be enjoying much better absorption, and then you'll put on good muscle and your body will be good and strong. But really go after this lump first, really go after the gut, detox that lymph system, because it sounds to me like we might have a hint of malabsorption going on here, which would explain the lump. And then you really got to get that moving. I can't stand this lump anymore. That's what you got to get out. I know, I've been there with that lump. I know exactly what you're talking about. And if it goes down in time, it can start working its way back down and end up as a hiatal hernia. So no. I really need to gain some weight. Well, you get this done first and then gain some weight, okay? Please let me know the lengths of time I could focus. Whatever it takes. That's all I can tell you. Understand the only way to get rid of it is to regenerate cells. Your book is one. Thank you. But you get this lump out of there, man. I'll tell you, it's just what you do. Someone was saying something here. Okay, I was thinking of something. Okay, this is T-E-M-E, T-me, I don't know, you got a heck of a thing going on there. Is that a waterfall? That's pretty cool if it is. Hello, Dr. Morris, love all your videos. Thank you so much, my friend, for commenting on that. I recently discovered I have multiple cavities. I am on a 100% fruit diet at the moment in an attempt to move the lymph system and alkalize the body. Good. I know acidity is the cause of tooth decay, and also understand that some bacteria in your mouth produce very acidic waste. Well, but they have to be eliminated. See, and you bring up a good point. There is parasitic waste in the human body, like uric acid and stuff. Absolutely. But that's why a good moving lymph is really key, you know. These bacteria also feed on sugars, not blaming the sugar. Well, the most gnarly bacteria is those in protein. Those are going to be your worst ones, always. Those are going to be the proteolytics. Those are going to be your worst ones, always, are the protein splitters, not the sugar splitters. As a matter of fact, sugar is more fungal. So I was wondering what a quick, strong solution for killing these bacteria would be. Well, if you wanted to kill bacteria in your mouth, which I'm not so sure I would do, but if you did, I would just wash my mouth out with say Parasite M. Put a little bit in some, dropper full in some water. Hold it around in your mouth. The alcohol might tend to burn a little bit, but I would hold it in my mouth or make you a tea and hold it in my mouth with it, and do that sort of thing. But really, you hit it right on the head the first time. It is always about acids, really. So that's really the thing. I heard oil pulling with oil of oregano and coconut oil can do some justice. Whew. That oil of oregano, I mean, if you get the real stuff, burn your mouth pretty hot. I mean, oil of oregano, and it's in the best form. I've got some Amish people that get the best of the best, and I'm telling you, it'll burn you bad. I was also wondering how the Heal All tea would work. I would do Parasite M as a mouthwash. I am sure that get the capsules and make a tea out of it. I'm ensure the Parasite form is you hit it right on right there. That's why I like you guys. You guys are aware people. Please let me know what you think about the solution. I have 100% faith in the fruit. Yeah, I mean, this is about lymph. Andy, this is about your lymph, my friend. Oh, you're taking the classes. I'll see you there, Andy. But, you hit it right on, though. You're right on. Just keep working it. I think I mentioned this before. I had a good friend totally regenerating his teeth on a fruitarian diet. It was neat to see that, and his cavities were popping out, and he is regrowing enamel. But everybody's different in their lymph systems, their parathyroids, their ability. This guy had a majorly strong constitution. Those of you that have these strong constitutions, my God, you can achieve things that some of us just take a lifetime to do. So when I see strong constitution people, that means your eye fibers are straight like a wire wheel. Very few markings or lesions in them. Just really strong people. And to have that, even under a lymph system, wow, just incredible. Those are the ones you know that might survive chemo and radiation. Seattle Light Warrior, yeah. Why is it when I am detoxing heat Christ, my eyes feel like they're on fire? Interesting, huh? Well, that'd be acid for sure. You definitely want to keep detoxing till that's not happening. You could get a cataract from that, and if your lymph is that bad backed up, then the pressure can build and cause you glaucoma. Also, MACD, anything's down that line. Since what was it I saw the other day? Wrinkled retina was another diagnosis I saw. Also, my body gets warm to the touch. You're acidic, that's for sure. Really acidic. You're amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that, Light Warrior. I love the name too. I'm kind of a warrior dude, and I love that name. Lion Man, there's a Light Warrior. I'm 28 and I feel lonely with this healing process. Well, you don't be lonely, my friend. You've got us here. And we're a good channel. Look at all the beautiful souls on this channel. So you've got all of us to talk to here, and you're join the family. I mean, you don't be alone. But we are, it's funny, like everybody wants to migrate like in a social consciousness, like in Asheville and some of the Sedona, and some of these places. But there's still got to be the light bearers out in the darkness. And so some of you guys are thrown into the darkness because you're strong, you can produce the light, and you can give the light out. So don't feel alone. Change it around and realize that God put you there to be the light bearer, to the light giver. So become the light, become conscious, become consciousness, and become the light bearer. You start teaching others, because this planet hasn't got long to make a shift. So I think the sooner the better. And just know that you're one of those light bearers. You like the name, you put it in your name there. So be the Light Warrior. And always, we're all alone. Each one of us on this channel are very alone. That's why we like each other, because we're spiritual. Remember, God is totally alone. Everybody runs toward the Godhead, but don't forget the alone state that follows you, because it's a state of extreme aloneness where there's nothing else there. You'll appreciate why creation exists when you start getting up into the higher Godhead areas. You'll have the ecstasy and the bliss and the glory, but you'll see why the Supreme Being created the ability to have differences. But go on and don't feel that way. Let me see here, because I mentioned this to my friends. They interrupt me and tell me what their doc said. Oh, yeah, I love them. I love people that give opinions that don't have a clue. I don't try to preach. Just do that. You're doing good. So I'm crazy, I guess. No, you're not crazy. You're crazy like us. So it's kind of lonely when I have to want to talk to this. Well, talk to the people on this channel. It's a great channel, Light Warrior. Welcome aboard. Hey, Dano! Really like what you had to say about the balance. Isn't that nice, Dano? Isn't it better to have a balance in your life there? I do preach fruitarianism, knowing we can't have it yet. We can get there, but to stay there, really tough. You got so much going. Like this one lady sees some of them a little thin. Well, let me tell you, raw foodists are thin for a while. But I'm overweight, but I'm probably 70% raw. But I can get raw, and you'll see me go down. But I cap out pretty easy, But the more malabsorption we have, the more problems we have, the thinner we're going to see, and we just have to understand that and not get really upset about that. Just know what the gig is and what we're going toward. Because we're a fruitarian doesn't mean we can frugivores. We can live there right now. We're a species that went omnivorish, and we tore the heck out of things. There's no way we're an omnivore at all, and we do not do better as omnivores at all. Balance? Perhaps. And Daniel, this would be good with this first lady that was talking about this, because I think if you get a frugivore thinker that's balanced on this journey, they'll do so much better. In time, man can be a frugivore species as he should be. But when you're talking about 100 trillion cells that came out of the genetic world, there are plenty of islanders that are frugivores I can show you that do not look skinny, that do not look thin, that are extremely healthy, and they're in their upper 90s. So I think that comment was not quite there. JG, oh, lemonade. Reply. You guys are good. I love you guys. Keep on commenting, working together there. I love that. JG, you're right on. Germs of the cleanup. Never stop a cold and flu-like symptom. Right on. And this is what you got to learn. These cold. When you start looking at disease symptoms, they're not disease symptoms. They're a symptom of either detoxification or the process of getting very acidic and going toward Hellville. So you've got the same symptom twice. You realize that? You have the same symptom twice, no matter what it is. MS, cold and flu-like symptoms, you have the same symptom twice. One when you're creating it, and two when you're eliminating it. How interesting. So right on, guys. Just right on there. Composer, Tim Beek. Oh, I did the ultimate no-no after my 30-day fruit fast. I broke it with a chicken burger. Oh, that had to hurt. Let me see what you said. Never had so much pain. Never had so much pain in my body in my entire life. See what I told you? You know, these are very real. This level we're all enjoying, very real. And you just got your butt kicked. I know it. And it's scary when you look at, what was his name? Bernard McFadden, who's purportedly died. He was an old faster, fruitarian thinker, faster, died when he broke a fast on boiled potatoes, so the story goes. Scary, but that's interesting. See what else you got to say here. That's pretty good. Oh, man. I know it's a pain in my behind. This is because of the fast. You need to build it up slowly again. You got to break these long fruit fasts. This is very real. Magnetics are very real. Energy is very real. And so, yeah, I wouldn't have broken it with a chicken burger. But, you know what? I love you. I think that was great. You'll never forget that one. Because it will reach into deeper levels of genetic. Yeah, right on there. The skin will become strong. You guys are right on. Right on. Well, listen, now that the Congress has dubbed pizza a vegetable, you can probably break your fast with pizzas. Oh, hey, yeah, this is a good one. You made my day on this one. Oh, Homesteader. What's the band, man? I was looking at buying a Rickenbacker, but I don't really have any place to play it. But I've never owned a Rickenbacker, and I wanted a Rickenbacker. Mutt always told me, oh, they make special guitars now. I mean, it's way out there. But I always wanted a Rickenbacker just to have, you know. My first guitar, well, I had one acoustic, I don't even know what it was, but then I got a nice Gretsch, and I loved my Gretsch. My Gretsch was a mint green. It was just a beautiful green, but it was a Gretsch. I love that Gretsch. Hi, Dr. Morris. I own an organic raw a vegan chocolate company. Cool beans, man. Called I Love My Life Chocolate. And I was wondering if I could trade you in chocolate for your class. Well, you could talk to, definitely talk to the pharmacy, or actually talk to Shannon, she's handling the class, and tell her I'll work out something with you. Actually, I'm wondering your thoughts on raw cocoa. It is the seed of a fruit, so you could eat them. I don't mind eating that sparingly at all because of the theobromine. You know what? As an individual constituent, things can be pretty aggressive, but in a synergistic form, no. That's the beauty of synergistic chemistry. It buffers those things that by themselves could be like some of these alkaloids. The FDA is right in saying that alkaloids by themselves can cause liver damage. But they're wrong when they say that in comfrey, the alkaloids in comfrey can cause liver damage. They don't know what they're talking about. Never could you ever, there's never been any evidence of that. Have you ever seen it? Old country people have used comfrey. That's one of man's best plants. So this is the problem with chemistry is saying arsenic is bad for you, but you can't have fruits and vegetables, which some has arsenic in it, or cyanide. Look at the apple controversy with cyanide. Listen, when you juice an apple, you're getting cyanide in the seeds. And the thought was by juicing apples, you could die from drinking apple juice. I've never died from drinking apple juice, and I've drank a lot of apple juice, seeds and all. So you see what I'm saying? I mean, there's common sense, I think, with everything. And appreciate the thing. I would like to see what your raw chocolate is. Yeah. I mean, balance. Balance is cool. You're not going to stop the human from having more of little things in his diet, especially things like raw cocoa and stuff. You're just not going to see that. But so what? It's okay. The Light Warrior. I just watched 2 of Dr. Morse videos and it completely, oh, thanks. I'll stop thinking and talking. Works every time, man. I had one of you guys call up and you were a J. Krishnamurti fan, and that was a fun conversation. Yeah, it's trying to break the habit of thought and really getting into pure consciousness. What a tremendous difference. The difference between thinking and being is the difference between eating a steak and having an organic orange or mango or something like that. Night and day. Yeah, I want you to remember who I really am, what God intended me to be. I like your attitude about how you express your opinions honestly, integrity. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're awesome too, Light Warrior. Be the Light Warrior where you are. Sounds like you're doing a great job of that. You're already, you're coming into your own, man. Good work. Keep going. You're doing good. Good. What do you think about the whole indigo children thing? I don't know. You got the indigo, you got the golden child. I don't know. I've been so focused in this field and helping so many people. I mean, this is where most of my focus has been. So I haven't really taken a look at too many things like the indigo children. Heard a lot about them, but I don't know. You know what? I think these are labels. I think consciousness is definitely opening up here, ever how slowly. But I think faster now than this planet's ever seen. Look at this channel. Most of you guys are very spiritually oriented, so that's a lot right there. I mean, you look out at some of these big groups, a lot of spiritual groups out there with some great souls. So we just need to find some way to power up the world, in consciousness. And I find the health field where I was stuck to do this. But and some people that don't open up, it's okay because you're coming in the back door, and this is one reason I got into this. I taught spirituality for years, but sometimes the front door is often closed. People and their attitudes, their belief systems, they kind of shut the door. They don't want to know, which is okay because sometimes it'll unstabilize that person. That's why working on their health is better because they will open up slowly as they get better. Their cells will come along with them. Everybody in the human body's coming along, and so is their other bodies. You're cleaning out their emotional chains and their thoughts, and so you're cleaning all this karma out, and they awaken better. They're more stable this way. I just found this to be better. So I think we're working in the appropriate ways. JG, I love a hot sauna. Me too. I love a sweat lodge too. It's hot, but it's a nice heat. especially if the rocks are clean. And I like that. Of course, I like meditation and being involved in heat as well. I have a far infrared sauna at home, but we should not confuse what feels good in the short term with something that promotes health long term. Artificially inducing the body to sweat on a regular basis. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, what we do, and how we open that up, absolutely. Sweating, do you notice how your pulse increases in a hot sauna? Yeah. These reactions in my body are drains on our nervous. Yeah, you hit it right on, right on. I'm just talking about that, JG, about people with neurological problems, heat, it'll just take it right out of them. And you don't want to take it's like this guy that had the 3 people died in the sweat lodge. You just are not, you're looking at everybody as if they're the same, and they're not. And in health, they're not the same either. So you've got you've got neurological weak people. You cannot overheat them, or they're going to go down. They're going to stop breathing on you, and this is the problem. See what's happening to these kids on the football field and on the athletic fields? Absolutely, man is not taking consideration. And medical doctors never take this into consideration. The individuality of the person, the neurological, the genetic weaknesses, all these factors. We have to take a look at so many broad range aspects about the individual. Can't just dub everybody the same and they do the same. That's why even in this field, everybody detoxes differently. Everybody can be strong differently. Everybody has a far different genetic pattern, and their lymph systems are so-so or really backed up. So the one factor it's hard to determine is time. You can tell them everything else, but the time, that's a tough one, because that's the psychic that's involved, their willingness, they're willing to let go of their chains. You've seen all these things are aspects of time. And sometimes we're holding on to something for a reason, and we just have to waken up to that reason and get it done. Good comments here, JG. Left news available. Sir, exactly. You're right on here. You're right on here. The amount of harm is direct for exactly. Love you, JG. Right on there. You gotta know when to hold them, and you gotta know when to fold them. That's a whole thing here, and that's including detox and saunas and everything else. You don't pull the energy out of the body to the point where you go down. That's why I'm real cautious with this in terms of energetics and a person's abilities and where are they. I mean, some of these febrile people, you can't fast them. You've got to get them. You've got to start slowly cleaning out the corners and the cobwebs, and so and the problem with that is that some of these people, of course, are highly involved with the cancers and the issues of early deaths. So you've got to get them up there. So there's all these things. Nothing's perfect, and it's all okay. It's all okay. That's all I can tell you is relax. It's all okay, and you're okay. This is Evita. Oh, hi, honey. Hi, I've been watching a lot of your videos, and thank you for putting the information out there. I'm about 90 pounds overweight with a host of issues, but what I wanted to ask you was, is it possible for me to do a whole body detox all at once? Absolutely, sweetheart. You can't really stop your body from doing that. Yeah, I mean, once you turn the key, or once you turn the switch, flip that switch on, which is your raw Your skin cancers are the easiest cancers. Your skin is really not difficult. And I always see the tonicity of the skin when we're detoxing, getting people up. One of the biggest things I look at in detoxing is your hair turning color, is it growing back, and is your skin tightening and toning. Because if you don't see those things happening, then they're not getting deep enough. Because those things are essential to happen when you're getting it. This is my point. Is so many people here have asked me about baldness and alopecia and stuff, and it was like, most people just don't realize you can grow hair back. I find that amazing that people accept the realities like this is. Like, oh my God, you mean you can grow hair? And this is what's happened with all the allopathic community. They've wanted to dominate. Well, because they've dominated, their ignorance is now reflected in the human consciousness. And therefore people are going, I didn't know I could grow my hair back. Well, I've never ever thought you couldn't. So I don't know where, it just shows you the influence of unconsciousness and stupidity that's infiltrated the human consciousness. The Light Warrior, please come out with a healthy birth control. Oh, would I? Thank you. Are you a woman? Thank you so much. Do you have any idea about it besides using condoms? It is bad for women to get tubes tied. I'm actually, you guys are probably going to not like me, but I'm actually for women getting their tubes tied, at least until we have something herbal, and I'm not even close to that yet. I'm just so friggin' busy. I think after the first of the year in the springtime, I'm working for my class, but I'm definitely have my mind on it, and I'm just kind of letting my mind go out and seek and pull things in. When it's all prepared, it'll be in my consciousness, and we'll put it together. But I tell you what, on this planet right now, I think the best thing is to get the tubes tied. When the male gets clipped, there's been a lot of health risks. I've never seen it with women. I've been with one for a long time that's had their tubes tied and never had a problem one. So they're claiming men have a lot of problem when they have their tube cut. I don't know in reality about that, but that would be safer than these birth control pills and stuff. I really, because that's one thing you're not going to want to stop is the art of making love and enjoying life with each other. That's probably the only thing down here. So whatever you can do there. Do you have any videos on MMD? I will make one, though. I will do that. I'll put this to the side and make one. I'll add it to a repertoire. I'm going to try to get as many together that are similar and then be able to talk on it. This is the Light Warrior, Blue Phoenix Rising. AT, good question. I'm wondering that too. I go to an Asian spa with different kind of saunas and get great afterwards. Is hot and cold plunges in water good? Absolutely. That's all hydrotherapy is hot and cold, all Knipe therapy out of Europe. Jensen had a thing in his house little pond that you walk through, and you had the hot and the cold, and then you had the little reflexology bumps and stuff. But yeah, hot and cold, always hot and cold with showers are good, like a massage, so to speak. Yeah. When something's highly inflamed, I'm real cautious with too much heat. That's like acid on top of acid, so if something's highly inflamed, cold is always better. This is Pocahontas. Is this you, Pocahontas? Woo! Skinny girl. Your waist can't be 23 inches. Wow. Yeah, you lucky, lucky, lucky. Look at that. Wry neck. Hello, Doctor. My mom has been suffering from a wry neck for some time now. We are not sure how it started, but I think it could be from car accident. When my mom hit the head on, she's basically saying she hit the glass. Anyway, the only thing that is helping her are Botox shots. Oh! Botox shots through her neck made by a neurologist every 6 to 8 months. I'd like her to avoid this. No kidding. But she is saying it helps, and without it she gets nervous and it hurts, as well as head starts to turn. My mom is 58, healthy person although little overweight. Okay, so how can so far You see, guys, where we're getting a picture here, but got more energy than me. I made her diet change for more raw. Good thinking there, Pocahontas. She loves mango. How bad and toxic can these shots be? What else can we try? Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart, for this. No. This is totally shows you. And her weight, of course, is what? Adrenals and kidneys. She has energy. She probably's got a little thyroid pumping for her. But I can tell you, this is kidney and adrenals, and she's got to move her lymph. You can't just keep going Botox. You'll start damaging the nerve there. You really want to. She's not moving lymph well. And this is, even the trauma from the accident can weaken the adrenal gland. So she really has to do fasting and move lymph, or get up there and move this lymph system, get her kidneys filtering, clean up the bowels, and move lymph. And all that acid will come out of her neck, and then the stability of the neck, the stability of the nervous system, because these Botox treatments could have the end result of exacerbating the twisting of the neck. What you do, some things have an opposite effect, and a good example of that, stimulants like coffee enemas or meat, which full of epinephrine and stuff. When we use stimulants, coffees and teas, then we actually are innervating us, because stimulation always has the flip side to innervation. We talked about how important it is to go down the middle way, because if you go too high on stimulants, like Richard Schultz talking about, your stool should look like peanut butter, liquid peanut butter. That's because he's used to living in the world of stimulants. And you can't do that. Cayenne peppers and all this, you can't overstimulate the body, because when you stop, you're going to experience major innervation. And this is what Botox is doing to her too. The Botox treatments can actually have a swing around opposite effect, and actually exacerbate the problem even more. So in reality, you know exactly what to do with her, Pocahontas. You go right on down that road and you get her going. You know exactly what to do. I've watched your name on this. So you go and take her and clean your mom up. Show your mom this video. Mom, you need to listen to your daughter and get this out of there, because you'll not stop deterioration of the C-spine. You'll not stop this any other way. Move your lymph. That's acid. That makes it stiff. That makes it pull. Get those kidneys filtering. Get the adrenals fixed up. Your weight will come right off, and you'll be in good, healthy shape. I'd say that's essential, or you're going to suffer. What are your thoughts on saunas? This is Blue Phoenix Rising. I am totally, again, into steam, essential oil, or sweat lodges. I'm not into infrareds. I'm not into isolating magnetics. I have some really gruesome pictures of what too much infrared can do to tissue. I just don't know if I can show them on YouTube. I have to find out. There are a lot of breast shots from what's going on with women, and it's they're not pretty. They're not pretty shots. Love is wide. I love that. Love is wide. Good name. Mainly looking to lose weight. Well, the raw is the only safe way to lose weight there is. It's the only true safe way to lose weight, and you get an extra bonus. By not only losing weight, you're making your cells healthy again. Oh, it's a side bonus. A major bonus. So absolutely, there's nothing any better than raw foods to lose weight and get healthy at the same time, detox the chemicals and nasties out of the body. I mean, there's nothing like it. It's a multiple street way. It's perfect. Had a bout of 10 feet and mitral valve prolapse. Work on your parathyroid gland. Get your parathyroid gland up there. I'm scared to go back. He says I need pacemaker. Well, I'd kick up my parathyroid and thyroid. By picking up your thyroid, you'll pick up your heart rate. Real important to think about the thyroid, parathyroid. It looks like you got the combo here. Again, thinking out loud, always think pituitary as well. If you take a thyroid and parathyroid glandular and you see a slow improvement, then hit the pituitary, and then you should see a good improvement there. Or just take a pituitary glandular 1 a.m., 1 p.m., get you on say a Calma Plus 2 and 2, and then do a thyroid cytotrophin, start at 1 and 1, since you're doing a pituitary. Watch your basals, watch your body temperature, but your thyroid controls heart rate. So definitely would want to look at that. Mitral valve suggestive of parathyroid here. You'd have to take a look at the rest of you. But I need my MRIs, so can't get that. Anyways, want to keep brain tumor away? Huh, that'd be nice. Wish I could go off seizure meds. Whoa, whoa. Wow, this case keeps getting deeper and deeper as I read, huh? So, obviously, you're going to hit the parathyroid with Calma Plus. Get on the antispasmodic to help with your seizures here, but definitely get up with that because that could be totally linked to the mitral valve in the sense that you don't utilize calcium. That could cause seizures. So you really want to get up on that thyroid, parathyroid. That'll get your heart rate up. It'll help your seizures, and then you're gonna get your body back in a state of health. And no more seizures, no more mitral valve, and your heart rate will be good between 60 and 80. But doctor says no due to risk of damage if seizures occur. I just want, well, you're probably on Dilatin or something, but I'd still take the herbal antispasmodic, the new brain and nerve formula to strengthen the nervous system. You get in the parathyroid, kick up calcium utilization. All of this is, all will help you right out and pull you out of this. Sounds like crystals are in them. I get MRI Inc., starts with a G, and I swear it has to do with that. My uric acid, it's possible. I'm telling you, these MRI dyes and stuff, they're nasty. My uric acid levels are high even when vegan for 3 years. That's what I was talking about. Remember I told you guys that I couldn't figure that out, and a medical doctor turned naturopath. She was a blood specialist, and she was doing a blood chemistry seminar, and I've always been interested in, blood work, being a biochemist, and so she told me it was fungus, and I do see that now. People like vegans like this, no meat, fungus leaves uric acid, and so that made total sense to me. So you have too much fungus in the body, but look at this. You're losing calcium at an alarming rate, so really get on moving your lymph, get your parathyroid up, your thyroid, maybe kick your pituitary up. That'll take care of that. Do the new brain and nerve on top of the kidneys and the lymphs. Keep moving your lymphs. I mean, go through all that, no matter what I'm saying here. Do that on top of going to the kidneys, going to the lymph, going to the bowels. Always do that together. Wow. I just found your channel and went on your site. I seen you specialize in nerves. Absolutely. I am on my 3rd year of brain cancer. Aha, this should have been on top. 3rd year of brain cancer, left frontal stage 2-3. I did 18 months chemo. Been off over a year now. I used to be vegan, but got nerve issues and teeth issues from it. I bet. I need to lose weight from steroids. Doctor put me on. I'm only on a Capra and seizure med. BC, they went into my head for a biopsy. Now I have metal plate and screws. Tumor shrunk. Now doing scans every 6 months. Even been back and forth with diets, not knowing what to do. Well, are you a male or female? I can tell you this. They gave you chemo knowing you seize, or you got seizure after chemo. Knowing somebody has seizures and you're giving them chemo, that would be criminal. Well, from what I get from this, your tumor's not gone, obviously. They shrunk it with chemo, and you're doing CAT scans or MRIs. MRI's better, but still, you have a very serious need, my friend, to get up on this program and get yourself cleaned out and get yourself healthy. You have a very serious need, my friend, to get up on this program and get yourself cleaned out and get yourself healthy. You have a very serious need. So you want to get into your kidneys, you want to get into your GI tract, just like I've been laying it out here for you. I would do stomach and bowel number such and such. whatever fits you. Lymphatic 1 capsules, 2-3 times a day. Lymphatic 4 to start, then 3, then lymph node 2. You might want to do 3 lymphatics when you get your kidneys filtering. Remember, you want to see sediment in your urine, pop up your adrenals. At the same time, I definitely want to perk you out. You probably have a real suppressed pituitary there. You want to maybe pick that up a little bit with the glandular, then pick up your thyroid and parathyroid and go down that way here and really move lymph. You're going to have to do some fasting. You have to get into grapes. You're going to have to get into what you're reading on this channel. I really get into this heavy because you want this out, and you did the chemo on top of it. So now you're fighting a whole bunch of problems, not just one. So now you really want to tear into this, and you'll be okay, but you really want to tear into this because obviously you still have the tumor unless they removed it. And the problem with everything you've done here, you've done nothing to correct why you developed it. You've done nothing here to fix it. So now you want to get back, get more serious, get focused, get at these higher levels, and dig into your body. Love is wide, and then your love will be really wide. So really, you just get this going. If you need help, you call in here. This is a serious case. You ought to try to find a way to hook up here with a counselor or with us here because you really need some help here. Or really get focused here and let the channel group help you. We got a good group here to help you and really hit it hard. Listen to these guys who are going on these grape fasts and stuff. Just what you need to do. You need to get up on the top of the mountain to save your butt, your physical body. You can't keep going down the road you're going. You're going down a bad road where there's not a lot of good, friendly people. We're all vibing. Also, the day I took my sister to the hospital, I broke out in hives over my body. I don't know if it was stress-induced or BC of a healing crisis. I'm on week 2. Oh, it could be healing crisis. Thank you, Raw. I love that dog of yours. We're all vibing. Poor Jennifer's dog this morning got hit by a car and killed. It was horrible. She's been crying all morning. Sad thing. I've got a little Shih Tzu, and that's what I'm always scared of. He'll take off. He likes to, take off and go down the neighborhood. But really, it could have been a healing crisis. But even emotional. I mean, you're talking the adrenals, and that's hooked to the kidneys and everything else. So, yeah, you can emotionally drive things, no question, especially the weak nervous system, which you get from weak adrenals. So you just keep going, keep fixing this up. You'll be okay. I had to rush my sister to, somehow these are getting, this really needs to be on top. I had to rush my sister to the ER when the university told me she needed an MRI because she was getting sharp pains in the back of her head and she felt like it was moving to the front. They didn't find anything after many tests and ended up diagnosing her with mild psychosis. She recently quit her job at the airport because she had a hard time functioning. She said the numbers on the comm screen would move, and when she would drive, she would lose all sensation of direction. She had definitely been depressed and has anxiety. She has difficulty in social settings. What can I do? Well, I don't believe the pain. I don't believe she made up the pain. And, if you go back, these people really could blame it on things like depression and anxiety. But let's go a little deeper. What is depression? A weak parathyroid. So, so that would say very low calcium utilization issues in her. Anxiety would show real weak adrenals, which means she wouldn't be filtering her lymph system well, since generally when you have weak adrenals, you have weak kidneys, blah, 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 blah. So, you really want to move her lymph system and get up into the head. I would definitely do some upper circulation and brain and nerve right now. Further, I would really get into the kidneys, the bowels, and move those lymphs. Pop up or give her a Calma Plus. It'll help pull her out of depression. Pop up on those adrenals. It'll pull her out of anxiety. At the same time, moving her lymph, and then she'll socially come along. But she's not socially coming along because her endocrine glands are way down. And all of this is making her lymph system backed up. And all of this is causing pain. And up in this area, because if you have low calcium utilization, she could have a vascular or a neurological spasm. And then when she has an MRI, it's all clear. I don't see anything. So I'm going to send a psych doctor in on you. But when you have these kind of pains and these kind of problems, I take this very seriously myself. And I would really go after go after your sister real strong. Let her view this video. Definitely get on upper circuit, brain, and nerve right now, and get into the kidneys, the adrenals, move those lymphs, pop those adrenals up. I'd probably use she probably has low blood pressure. She's not getting flipping from the back here in the cerebellum. She could be getting some flipping blood pressures, but definitely hit on those adrenal glands. Get up in here and start tearing on them. Really getting that lymph moving out of there. That's what I'd do. And I wouldn't wait to do it. I don't like these kind of conditions where you could end up like Love is White and have a brain tumor in there later on. They can form quickly after a certain point. You know, things take a while to develop, but at a certain point, the pedal is on the metal and things accelerate. They've already backed up, so all the years of backing up's there. Now it's just easy formation. That's what takes a while to get rid of tumors, is that it takes a while to form them. And then you've got to dig through the mess that you backed up to form them before you can unform them. So what you're backing up, you have to unback up to get to the tumor. In any way you look at it, you've got to get to the tumor. You've got a long bed of lymph to go through. This is like a new one to the site. Very interesting picture. RENIL. This is Rena. I was wondering how you would go about curing a late-stage cancer. The same way I would go after curing early-stage cancer. Understand what cancer is. I'm about to shoot a video this week on cancer and get to what cancer really is. So understand you're not fighting a disease. You're fighting acid damage to cells, which is just as bad. Move those lymphs, sweetheart. You're going to really move those lymphs. It doesn't matter if we get stage 4 in here every day. You're changing your consciousness from treating cancer to getting your body healthy, and you've got to change the way you look and the way you do that. And understand acids. Review the cancer videos we have on here and really learn up. Review some of our videos because I'm out of time, and there's plenty of information on this site, and all these beautiful people on our site will come help you with this. Put someone on a water fast that limits glucose to 20 milligrams a day or something, plus cancer cells apparently don't feed off of ketones, and then your body has time to deal with that. I think your thinking's way off. I think you forget about ketones and all of that. It's just the same thing as acidosis. All acid chemistry breaks down cells eventually. So ketosis breaks down cells as acidosis. No. Forget sugars, forget all that stuff. Get yourself on a fruit and vegetable diet, and then start getting you on a fruit fast and dig into that lymph system, because you're intellectualizing this too much. You really want to detox. The only thing you got left. Go into a high-level detox, claw yourself to the top of the mountain, and you'll be well. Rena. Or would you put them on stuff like grape juice? Absolute fresh made grape juice, fresh grapes, eat them and drink them. Absolutely, that's what I would do before I would do this. Sorry if you had talked about this in your videos already, but I couldn't find it. Oh, well, that's why I'm going to do one just on cancers, so it'll be right there, boom, and you're right there. I think it's a good idea, don't you guys? And then I think that'll save. We'll do one on the skin conditions. We'll do one on all these things. And I think it'll be very valuable to you. And it'll cut some time in reviewing some of these videos, because we're coming around where we're having a lot of them. And I can cut these all day long. So I'd rather go on to better, issues, because we've covered so much already. So I'm going to categorize these different conditions into different levels of healing. And we'll get into them, and I'll shoot those this week. Could you guys clarify what he means by move your lymph? Moving on up? Oh, I'm sorry. Move your lymph. Does he mean run? Move your body to move your lymph. Oh, Helen. No, not at all, sweetheart. No. Moving lymph means fruits and herbs, basically. When you look at the herbal side of it, there's plenty of herbs for the lymph system, all the astringents like white oak bark, witch hazel, white pond lily, all very good, but all your lymphatic herbs. Look at all the lymphatic herbs on this planet, a whole bunch of them. From graviola to chaparral to bloodroot, pokeroot, the old famous bloodroot, pokeroot, violet, burdock actually even, red clover actually. I mean, there's tons of great herbs for the lymph system, but you got to consider the kidney, so you got to get into the kidney herbs. And how about the adrenals? All of that control the lymph system, so never forget the kidney connection and the adrenal connection. So moving lymphs is getting high on fruit, fasting, and using the herbs to accelerate that process. That's what I'm talking about, moving lymph. If you exercise to move lymph and you're not, and your kidneys aren't filtering, you're going to hurt yourself. See it all the time. We've talked about that a lot. Best to rest like a dado. He's resting, he's balancing, and now he's feeling better. Balance, rest. Let the chemistry and the fruits and the herbs move your lymph. Then when you get your kidneys, you see a lot of sediment, then go run a mile. Who cares? But walking and swimming, always good all the time. But just, if you're hurting real bad, then you just have to rest. That's why you're hurting. God's saying, settle down. Sit down and rest for a minute. See? Resting is important. Humans don't know how to rest and enjoy themselves. We're so constipated and stimulated. Brood Strange, regarding the question about possible herbals for natural contraception. I have been studying these herbs recently and have found that a decoction of serviceberry and bitter cherry has been used as a contraceptive. I'm going to keep this, sweetheart, because if you add pennyroyal, which pennyroyal aborts anything, but you use a few herbs like this. Someone else mentioned another one a while back. I've got it around here. Put together a nice formula. The problem with this is testing it. That's the problem. It's one thing to use the herbs, hear about them. The other thing is testing it. You can test these herbal formulas, almost everything, on anybody except this. And the problem with this is that you have to be willing, if it doesn't work, and you conceive, to deal with that. So I don't know, but if we could work that out. There are several other recipes involving the plant serviceberry that I have also been used. I'm going to look this up. Thank you, Brood Strange. That's why I like this channel. See, this channel, we can do better things than I ever imagined we can do. With all you guys, are you kidding? Nothing can stop us. They can try, but they can't stop a herd of cattle, can they? Dr. Morris, I had a fig mango rose water coconut smoothie for breakfast. It was heaven. Kiss, kiss, kiss. A fig, mango, rose. I love rose water, especially with ras malai. You know, those that are out there that are from India, you'll know what ras malai is. Coconut smoothie. Oh my God. Kiss, kiss. Wow. Mutdusk moon. Yeah, I bet that was kick butt. But you missed a majul date in there. You put a majul date in that, baby, and your toes are curling. Ooh, Brood Strange, Blue Phoenix Rising, 18th century warrior. Saunas are good for promoting good. I had symptoms the same as your sisters years ago before I found the truth. I'm glad you guys are talking to each other. That's just what we need here. Great work. All symptoms disappeared. Love's white is because please. All symptoms disappeared. Love's white is because please. Life Regenerate committed on your channel page. Proper diet to follow. Don't be confused, my friends. Stay 100% raw. All right. My love is surrounding you guys always. I'm here always for you, even though I might not always be on videos and stuff, but we are a clinic you can always count that's here for you. If you have problems, call us. whatever. But I tell you something, I love all of you guys so much. You guys are helping each other so well. I just love this. Welcome to the new healers of the world. This level of healing. And Helen, this is the level that Brian and Gabriel and you got to get to this higher level. We've got to. And let me tell you, this level has been known, except for the herbs. You know, fruitarianism has always been the top. Again, I'm not mentioning that you have to be a frugivore all your lives. You're going to find that exceedingly difficult. But in time, as a race, we will be. But for now, enjoy it every once in a while, because you'll find that's the level that you get the highest healing. Now, how interesting is it that we have to get up on a high fruit diet, particularly neurological? I have one of the most, I probably am the most experienced in neurological regeneration on the planet, and I can tell you, flat out, vegetables do not work. So you really have to get into these fruit levels, and you'll find that these higher levels are healing. Well, if we have to visit these high levels to heal, why can't we live at these high levels? Good question. Well, again, we have all this consciousness and all this stuff from lifetimes, almost. You know, but at least generations back in our genetic trees. So anyway, thank you so much. I got to run, but it's been a pleasure to be with you today. I love all of you guys that watch these videos on a regular basis. Thank you for your love, your support of our channel. I think we have a great channel. I think I'm seeing I'm seeing the healers of the now, those that come forth with true healers. And I love you all. Thank you so much. You have a great and blessed day. Enjoy yourselves, have fun, and go heal them up. Thank you. Appreciate your time. Bye-bye.